everyone, it's Monique from Mo with the Glow on Instagram. And I've decided for this Skin Tip Tuesday, that's right, today's Skin Tip Tuesday. I've decided for today's Skin Tip Tuesday to focus on cleansers. So what I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks is walk you through the basics of a skincare regimen, through all of the steps that you should incorporate into a skincare regimen if you're looking to build a new one. And so the very first step, and arguably one of the more important steps in the regimen system, is a cleanser. So consider this your cleanser 101 tip, okay, for the week. So first is kind of looking at cleansers and really trying to determine what cleanser is best for your skin type. And there's a pretty easy way off the bat to determine if you're on the right track when selecting a particular cleanser. And that is really derived from the type or the formulation of the cleanser. So cleansers usually come in just a small handful of formulations. They're either creamy, so kind of heavy and creamy. Other words could be milk or lotion, anything kind of along those lines that denote something creamy. There's usually a foaming type, and then there's usually some type of gel. And gels and foams are really kind of cousins of each other. One is just thinner than the other. But those are kind of the basic categories of cleansers. So when you're looking at those categories, they're really made for specific purposes. So when you see a cleanser that says it's a cream cleanser or a creamy cleanser or a milk, hydrating milk, cleansing milk, or even a lotion, although lotion sometimes straddles the fence, those are usually made for drier skin types. They usually come in really large either jars, flat jars, or pouches that you can pump the liquid out of. So two that I have on hand, one is from Olay, so the Olay Regenerist cream cleanser. You can see it's a pretty fat bottle. And the other is the Garnier Smoothing Cream Cleanser. And so when you pump both of these products out, you know, they're pretty thick in consistency. In fact, you can tell even when you open up the jar. It's hard to see on camera, but when you open up the jar, I mean, this is a pretty thick cleanser. So when dealing with a cleanser that is this thick, this milky, this opaque, when it goes onto your skin, the main purpose of it is to break down oils on your skin, but then also provide a barrier of oil to trap your natural oil and water into your skin. Because when you have dry skin, you'll find that retaining the moisture in your skin. It's not that your skin doesn't have any moisture production at all. That is a very serious skin condition if your skin doesn't produce any moisture. Most dry skins actually do produce sebum, which is your natural oil that comes out of your skin. However, they lose it at a more rapid pace than other skin types. So those cleansers are made to kind of form this barrier or help the lipid barrier that's already on your skin to retain that moisture. That's why they're so thick, and they come in those big jars or these big tubes. So if you see anything with cream, that's for dry skin. The other kind, this is called a foaming wash. So this is Botanics, I think it's the Cleansing Foam Wash All Bright. I actually love this. So whenever you see anything that says it's a foaming wash, that's better for your combination and your oily skin types, as well as a foam. And you'll notice foams because they usually come in these airless pumps. This one is by a company called Uni. And so when you pump it out, it starts as a foam. And when you rub it in, it kind of really breaks down pretty quickly into a really thin, kind of a very thin cleanser. But you'll notice that it foams as well. So whenever you have anything that foams, that's much better for your combination and your oily skins. And the reason for that is with combination and oily skins, what you want to do is try to strip that oil, that excess oil off the skin first. and then produce the cleansing action. And so the foam, anything that has, it's called a foam wash or has a pump, has detergents in it. And there are a number of different detergents out there on the market that are perfectly safe for use on the skin. But it usually means it has a detergent on it. So when you see that foaming action, that means there's a detergent. That means there is going to be a stripping effect on the skin. And so if there is a stripping effect on the skin, you want to make sure that you have a skin type that is conducive to benefiting from that stripping effect. And that's normally going to be your combination or your oily skin types. So that's just kind of a quick way as you're going through the aisles trying to determine what cleanser is great for you. Creams that come in those jars, creams, milks, lotions, usually for dry skin. Anything that foams, anything with a gel, better for your oily and combination skin types. Okay, so that's like a quick 101. But I wanted to get in today to talking about some hot new categories that are in the cleansing category, hot new products that are in the cleansing category. The first is micellar water. I think a number of you have probably heard of this before. Garnier kind of entered the market in a couple of years ago, really touting the benefits of something called micellar water. What micellar water is, and I have kind of my own version here, but what micellar water is essentially a water-based cleanser that contains a number of active ingredients. Some have witch hazel in them, others have glycerin in them, which is great because it has some astringent properties, so good for combination skin. Has some glycerin in it, so great for kind of your normal skin types. But why it's called micellar water is because it actually contains suspended droplets of oil inside the water. And so when you apply the cleanser to your skin, it breaks those droplets of oils and allows them to be used as a cleansing agent on the skin. So you have a combination of water, glycerin, witch hazel, and the oil droplets all in this suspension of water that really gives a great cleansing effect to the skin. It's great for removing makeup. It's great if you don't have access to water, so you don't need to actually wash this cleanser off. And it's just great kind of as an all-around cleanser for all skin types. So you'll notice that whenever you see the micellar water being sold, it really is good for all skin types. Now I will say those with oilier skin may feel that the micellar water doesn't wash their face as well as they would like it to. They may still feel a tiny bit of residue after washing their face. But in general, it's really great for all skin types. I'm a huge fan of micellar water, especially if it has a little bit of astringent in it, like a witch hazel. So great product to pick up. Like I said, Garnier makes one. Everyone makes one now. I think I even saw NYX Cosmetics with their own version of micellar water. I highly recommend it wherever you see it to pick it up. The other kind of hot product in the cleanser category lately is oil cleanser. So this one, you can't really see, but this one is by a company called Gaffer and Child. I received it in a subscription box that I subscribe to. This is an oil-based facial cleanser. It's made with, I have to pull it out, I need glasses, sunflower oil, castor seed oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, a number of really emollient oils, all suspended. I think it's just in spring water. The great thing about an oil cleanser is it's an awesome pre-cleanse. So I often recommend to people that they do what we in the industry call a double cleanse. So first you want to take something that really removes makeup well. So anything like an oil cleanser, because as you know, oil breaks down oil. So anytime you have an oil cleanser, it's going to remove makeup so effortlessly. So you want to use kind of a oil-based oil cleanser first to kind of break down the dirt, oil, and makeup on your face. And then maybe follow it up with something like a micellar water or one of your other regular cleansers that you have. When you do that, what you'll notice is that your skin is going to be a lot more hydrated, soft, glowing than you normally would have it because it's not going to be stripped down so much. as it would have been had you just used your regular cleanser. So I'm a big fan of the double cleanse, of the oil cleanse first, and then following that up with your regular cleanser. Oil cleanse plus micellar is a magic combination. I'm telling you, it is. That's the regimen that I use every day, is using an oil cleanser and then micellar water. The problem with oil cleansers is there's a lot of them out there, and I would only use an oil cleanser that contains real oils. So when you're looking at the ingredients for an oil cleanser, make sure it doesn't contain mineral oil, isopropyl myristate, which is a chemical compound found in a lot of oil-based cleansers that is actually a clogging ingredient. And a number, just if you look at it and it has a ton of words that you can't pronounce and it's an oil cleanser, I would steer clear of it. If you could find an oil cleanser like this one from Gaffer and Sons that has Gaffer and Child that has real oils in it, that's the best bet for you. Now, there is a little bit of a hitch there, because the Gaffer and Child's cleanser is $28 for 2 ounces. And that is a bit expensive. I mean, it's actually really expensive. So what I would recommend is actually going to your local grocery store or your local Sprouts, if you kind of have a farmer's market. It really doesn't matter. A lot of times they have them in grocery stores. And picking up, I love Oracacia, but you can find other brands. But picking up grapeseed oil. If you can, pick up grapeseed oil and jojoba oil. I don't have my jojoba oil bottle on me. But pick up a bottle of grapeseed oil, pick up a bottle of jojoba oil, or you can do one or the other. Both are pretty bio-identical, which means they mimic our natural skin sebum really well. But pick up those bottles, take a couple of drops of each, rub it in your hand, apply it to your face dry. So do not put water on your face first when you're using an oil cleanser. Apply it dry, right on top of your makeup, and just start smearing. It's going to look like a hot mess. There's going to be eyeliner running and mascara running and lipstick. That's okay. Keep going. Really smear it on your face really well. Then rinse. And then keep rinsing until you feel like you've gotten all of the oil off that you can get off, and you're noticing that the makeup has been broken down. And then wipe with your towel. So it's really important when using an oil cleanser. Apply the oil into your hands, rub it, smear it on your face dry until everything breaks down. Then add water. It may kind of foam up a little bit, like get a little milky. Keep doing that until it thins out, and then remove it with your towel. This is a great, inexpensive way to get all of the benefits of an oil cleanser without having to spend $28 for this cute little bottle. This is a 2-ounce bottle, although I love it, but it's expensive. This is a 2-ounce bottle. This is a 4-ounce bottle, and if you get the two together, that's 8 ounces that you can just mix together, and it goes much further. So those are my tips for today relating to cleansers. Like I said, big fan of doing the oil wash first, followed by either your regular cleanser or your micellar water. Really helps to hydrate the skin and give you a great glow, because that's what we all want, right, at the end of the day. One quick product that I want to recommend for this week, one that I absolutely love, has nothing to do with a cleanser. It's actually a primer, a face primer that I love. I put it on after my moisturizer and right before I put on any makeup. It's by Tarte, and it's called Poreless. But it's the Clean Slate Poreless. It's the 12-hour primer. It's silicone-based. It goes on so smooth. And when you use this primer, sometimes I use it alone. Like if I'm going to the gym, I'll just put it on, and it will hold the oil back. It'll make me just look like I have, like it says, like a clean slate. And I love it. It makes you kind of your skin look flawless. But using it under makeup allows your makeup to really glide on. It allows your makeup to stay on, stay in place. I don't know about 12 hours, but stay in place after a pretty active day. I love it. And I love it so much that I cut it open when it was finished. I took the cap off, snipped it, and dug on the inside so I can get all of it to put on my face. So I get this from Ulta. Again, it's called the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Makeup Primer. It's the 12-hour protecting primer. It's super, super awesome. I think it's like $30. It's a little pricey for such a small tube, but it's totally worth it. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Next week, I'm going to talk about exfoliation, which I believe is the #1 most important step in any beauty regimen. And I'm going to be reviewing this product from Target. It's the new Pixie line. It has a cleanser, a toner, and a mask in it, and they're all formulated with glycolic acid, which is a super dope exfoliant. I'm so excited about this. So if you really want to know how to get a glow, you have to exfoliate well. You have to choose the right products. I have some favorites, but I'm going to try this one and see how it goes. So that's next week, and that's all for this week. So I'll see you then. Bye.